Hi, welcome to Richard's Farming FS. Something a little bit different today, building this tractor pulling arena using the mod kit by Dominick that includes various tractor pulling pieces of equipment. I hope you enjoy. If you like, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Building on Elmcreek using field number 30, which is a fairly flat field. Nice and easy for building on. You could start by smoothing out the field if you wanted to, but I haven't bothered because it's pretty flat already. So I mark out an area for the actual tractor pull, which is about 100 meters long. You can use the mini map, it shows you your distances on the bottom and your coordinates, so it's about 100 meters long by about 12 meters wide. That'll be a little over 300 feet by about 40 feet. And then again the same here, so we get two tracks side by side, and just within that leave the field. You don't need to paint over it, just leave the field texture, because the tractor pulling pack mod includes some equipment like a roller and a grader that use the field texture, so you actually want the field on your tractor pulling track. I always like to just tidy up and put grass around as I'm building. It makes it easier to just build with the grass out there already, and it remains in place afterwards, rather than trying to fill in the grass around the build once you've finished it. And then on either side of the tractor pulling track, I'm just making a gravel area. This will be where the spectators can go to watch. I'll use the track that already just had a little entrance into the field and extend it up a bit. So up here is going to be an area where there's a shed and a workshop. And the vehicles that come along with the tractors will park up here, so we'll have the various trucks and so on. So I'm making the width of the track quite wide because we have some fairly large vehicles driving on that. And then because it does slope slightly over here actually, and I'm going to be putting buildings on it, I'm just flattening out an area of ground for the workshop and the shed. Shed over that side for storing vehicles, and this workshop over this side. I'll put details of the mods that I've used in this build in the description down below. So we'll have sort of a yard area between these two buildings. And the weighbridge, the small weighbridge, this actually comes as part of the tractor pulling set, the mod. And I'll just smooth out around the edges of where I flattened that piece of land. As always, tidy up the grass around. So here I'm adding a fuel tank. You'll see in a minute actually I did make a bit of a mistake here, because when I come to add the fences afterwards it collides with the fuel tank, so I had to remove it, build the fences and then replace the fuel tank again afterwards, but it ends up in the same place. And I decided to extend out the yard slightly here a little bit, but with some gravel. So I've left a little bit of grass dotted around. This just looks as though it's growing through the gravel. And over here, I'm thinking that when some of the trucks come with their big trailers, they'll park the trailers over here, so leaving muddy tyre tracks in the grass. Some of the big low loaders as well that bring the tractors in probably park in there. And then I'm using a metal fence mod. That's quite a nice sort of industrial look to go around the yard, but it collides with that fuel tank. So putting the fuel tank back now, you can use free mode to override that collision. Now this is the mod pack. It's got various pieces of equipment in there, but first of all I'm going to use the grandstand, or the seating. So these are actually trailers. You can change the colours of all the various bits and pieces. Quite a few colours to choose from. And I'm going to buy several, so I'll just quickly time-lapse to buy several of these. There we go. And they actually connect to each other, so you don't have to tow each one individually. You can connect them all up to each other to tow them. It takes a little bit of work to connect them all together in the first place, but once you've done it, it's much quicker to take them all in one go to your build instead of towing them all separately. So you can see they just connect onto each other like that. You just have to line up the middle of the back of the trailer with the hook for the next one. So I'll just time lapse this while I connect up the rest of them. here we go. You have to leave quite a bit of room when you turn this many. Make your turns really wide so that they don't get stuck. And it might be easier with traffic turned off as well so they don't get in the way. Alright, so here's the seating. I'm just putting seating on one side, but you could always put seating on both sides of the arena. I'm going to have it set up just on this side with all the seating in a straight line. I'm going to leave them all connected to each other. And I'd imagine that some of the spectators would use the seats and some of them would be standing in front of them. So I think somewhere about there will do nicely. And then what you can do actually is if you leave your tractor connected to them and switch between each of the trailers individually, you can fold them, and that folds the wheels up underneath the trailer so that they sit flat on the floor. And then if you want to move them around again, you can do the same to lower the wheels. I brought the seats now just so that they don't become more difficult to get in once I've done more of the build. It's easier to bring them in at this point. So over here I'm going to have an area for visitors to park. So I'll make a little track. And a pathway for them to get to the spectators area. So I've got the Placeable Vehicles mod, which I'm going to use to put some cars into the parking area. Just using it there to make sure that I've got this piece of track in about the right place so that there's enough room to fit 2 rows of cars in between the 2 sides of the track. And I'll put some vehicles in here now. Like I said, this is the Placeable Vehicles mod. Details of the mod's in the description down below. I'll just put a few in for now, but obviously you can put more in. You can put some real vehicles in there as well, drivable ones. Here's the ticket booth, that's part of the tractor pulling pack mod. And then using the metal fences, they've got some nice sliding gates in there, so I put sliding gates at the 2 ends of the spectators area. The other side, I just put one gate in actually because the terrain wasn't quite flat at the other end, but you could always flatten that off and put another gate in there. And then make a gateway for where the spectators come in from the car park to direct them past the ticket booth. And I like this barrier mod as well, actually. It's quite nice looking to just separate out the workshop area from the actual tractor pulling arena. So I think this area at each end of the track should be just sort of dirt with grass around the edges. Be vehicles turning round here frequently. This is where the sleds will get set up and so on. Just the same thing at the opposite end, with a gate there where I'm going to make a track out to the parking area so that maintenance vehicles can get into this end from outside. Again, this whole area is just going to be dirt with grass around the edges. And then I'm using these small concrete barriers to line either side of each of the tracks. It takes a bit of time to place all of these individually. I suppose you could use a fence or a wall instead and just do it all in one go. Might be a little easier, but I like the look of these little concrete barriers. So I'm leaving a small gap in the middle there because I want to put some lighting in afterwards. So I'm using a double-sided light, putting one of these in every other concrete block. So I'm using those to measure so that I get the lights nice and evenly spaced. And then exactly the same thing down each of the outside sides of the tracks, concrete barriers. Now back to the tractor pulling pack. This is a grader. And a roller. So the only option here is to have extra weight or not. And the main item, I suppose, this is the tractor pulling sled. Several options here. You can choose the amount of weight that you want. You can see as you add more weight, it sits lower at the back, and then when you take it all off, it jumps up again. Quite a lot of weight on there. So I'm gonna just half fill it, I think, for now. You can put logos for various different brands on the side. You can add a guard. And you can also change the speed that the weight travels forwards. As well as choices for colours of all the various different components. I'll just leave this one as the default colour settings. And here we are. All of the items. So this is the tractor pulling pack by Dominick. It's mod available in Mod Hub. So this is the grader. It's got liquid tanks on there as well, so actually just bought a tank of fertiliser to fill these up with, although in reality it wouldn't be fertiliser that you were using here. So this is just, it gets rid of the crop, smooths out the ground. And the other tool that comes in the pack is the roller. So here we are in the tractor pulling sled. You can actually start the engine and drive it. You can fold the wheels at the front up and down so that it can be driven, and you can set the front of it as I just did then, so it can actually be towed by something like this. So for when you want to transport it on the road, much easier to transport it like this. And I forgot to fold up the little wheels at the front, so let's just do that now. Otherwise they'll get in the way when I'm towing it. Here we are arriving at the tractor pulling arena, so we're nearly ready to do some tractor pulling now. Next, collect some of your favourite tractors. Get the spectators all into the car park. And buy your ticket.
Ah, hi.
Hi, one adult ticket please.
One adult ticket. Okay, here you go, and that'll be $15, please.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. See ya.
Thank you to Zach's Tractors FS YouTube channel for helping me with some of the clips at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next one.